Good afternoon, Dunkirk and Fredonia listeners, and welcome back to News at Noon. I'm News Director Cascio Fonseca here today with news assistants Lee Pye and Joshua Ribakove, and in this top of the hour update, we'll bring you the latest on news and events around SUNY Fredonia's campus and community, as well as the latest in national news and weather. First up, we'll bring it to Lee for our latest Wednesday campus news updates.
Good afternoon, and here is your campus news. The Fredonia State men and women's track and field team traveled to Rochester, New York last Saturday to compete at the University of Rochester's Alumni Invitational. For the Blue Devils, they had 9 new personal records recorded. The Blue Devils will return to Rochester to compete in the Cardinal Classic Invite at the St. John Fisher School on April 29th. A new exhibition is in the Rockefeller Marion Art Gallery. This exhibition is called Vantage Point, Senior Art Exhibition, and the explanation is, quote, 14 strangers, 14 points of view on exhibition. This gallery is happening every day from 12 to 4 p.m. until next Friday. Short and sweet report today. Back to you, Cascio.
Thanks, Lee. Next up, we'll have local news. And in local news for today, some proposals for a North County Water District connection with Fredonia has been released. The district's engineers, CPL, offered one plan for a connection with SUNY Fredonia on Ring Road and another directly with the village along Central Avenue. The proposals were distributed at the district board's April meeting after members requested them in March. The direct connection with Fredonia is expected to cost significantly more than the SUNY Fredonia option. The village interconnection has an estimated cost of $4.1 million. The largest part of that is furnishing and installing a new 12-inch water main along Central Avenue. This is estimated to cost about $1.4 million. Estimated cost for the SUNY Fredonia connection is around $2.6 million. The largest cost there is also for a new water main, though in this case it would only be an 8-inch main. This is expected to cost around $720,000. Both proposals list costs for fire hydrants, gate valves, connections to existing mains, drilling, pump stations, master meter pits, and traffic control. In every category except hydrants and meter pits, the direct connection with Fredonia is seen as costlier. Left unsaid in all of this, how to pay for it. Officials in Dunkirk, sole water supplier to the NCWD, are hoping for a series of grants. The SUNY Fredonia option would require a new pump station on Brigham Road, just inside city limits. Water would flow through existing pipes down that road to the new 8-inch line, which would be on the north side of Waldorf Road. That's near the Chautauqua County Fairgrounds, but it's hoped the line can run through undeveloped land to the west of the fairgrounds. Workers would then have to drill under the thruway and lay more piping to a new connection on Ring Road near SUNY Fredonia's administration building. The direct connection with Fredonia would need a pump station on Willowbrook Avenue, just east of the city storage tank. Existing city lines would take water from there to the new 12-inch main on Central Avenue. The main would start near the intersections of Pennsylvania and Central Avenues and run due south to Birchwood Drive in Fredonia and the SUNY Fredonia entrance, connecting at those points with existing infrastructure. That's all for local news today. For national news, we bring it to Josh.
Today, Montana lawmakers will vote to censure or expel transgender Representative Zoe Zephyr. She has been silenced in the House of Representatives since last week after remarks she made when Republican lawmakers passed a bill that would ban gender-reaffirming health care for transgender children, stating that those who passed the bill would be responsible for the death of many children. Her exact words were, quote, "If you vote yes on this bill and yes on these amendments, I hope the next time there's an invocation, when you bow your heads in prayer, you see the blood on your hands," end quote. Last night, she tweeted out a letter she had received from House leaders informing her of the plan to have a vote for disciplinary action. The tweet states, quote, "I have been informed that during tomorrow's floor session, there will be a motion to either censure or expel me. I have also been told I'll get a chance to speak. I will do as I have always done, rise on behalf of my constituents, in defense of my community, and for democracy itself," end quote. Much like the expulsion of Justin Pearson and Justin Jones, the House has been seeing protests from the public, and on Monday, 7 people were arrested after a crowd of protesters packed into the gallery of the State House and chanted, "Let her speak." The letter Zephyr received claims that they will not be letting such a protest happen during today's proceedings. Fox News let go of its famed evening show host Tucker Carlson on Monday. He He finished his last broadcast on the network Friday evening with the words, quote, "We'll be back on Monday," end quote. Carlson is known for his far right-wing views and untraditional infotainment style, having promoted rather out there views on the January 6th insurrection and Russia. Last week, Fox agreed to pay over $787 million as settlement for a lawsuit with Dominion Voting Systems, a lawsuit that rose after false claims Fox made on the 2020 presidential election. Fox News producer Abby Grossberg claims that the network pressured her to give a misleading testimony in the case, and claims that Carlson's show had a cruel and misogynistic workplace. Grossberg had been working for Maria Bartiromo's show before switching to work for Carlson, and the lawsuit states, quote, "She had merely traded in one overtly misogynistic work environment for an even crueler one, this time one where unprofessionalism reigned supreme, and the staff's distaste and disdain for women infiltrated almost every workday discussion," end quote. That does it for today's national news.
Thanks, Josh. Finally, we'll take it back to Lee for today's weather forecast.
The Northern Chautauqua Weather Update, being brought to you by Fredonia Radio Systems.
The weather today is 46 degrees Fahrenheit with a high of 49 degrees and a low of 38 degrees. It feels like 44 degrees, and it's a partly cloudy day. It'll get sunnier as the day goes on. No rain today or tomorrow for the flowers. And it's supposed to be 55 degrees tomorrow and a mostly sunny day. That's all for me for your weather report.
Thank you, Lee and Josh. That'll wrap it up for this Wednesday's edition of News at Noon. Local news for this broadcast was prepared and read by Cascio Fonseca. National news was prepared and read by Joshua Ribakove, while campus news and weather were prepared and read by Lee Pye. Board operations for this broadcast were performed by Alex Erwin. Join us for more top-of-the-hour news updates on High Noon Friday, and until then, take care.